What's up, everybody? Z3KO Trinity here, back with another horror vlog. That's right, another horror vlog. Today's horror vlog is a very, very touching subject, so we're just going to put it on a more darker tone. Hey, they got some new ones. What are these? What the fuck? Thank you, thank you. Thank you all for coming. I'm glad to see you. What's the other ones? Oh, the white people version. And what's this? Okay, that's kind of stupid. Alright, sorry. Alright, back to the thing. For the touching story, today's horror vlog, we are going to be talking about the fear of loss. The fear of loss is a real, true horror that nobody wants to deal with. And about 4 or 5 days ago, my mom had surgery on her foot. And during the surgery, she was supposed to be off this heart medicine for 4 days before surgery. Well, they last minute told her that the surgery's the next day, and she hadn't even been off the medicine at all yet. So she told that surgeon that, and he said it'd be fine if she just skipped it that day. So it didn't really affect me until she was actually in the surgery. And that's when my mind started racing. I started thinking, oh, they should have done something. They should have done more tests on her. They should have done stuff just to make sure. I have my Ed shirt today. Yeah, let me get out of this mode. It's the new movie. It says, you'll all float too. Love this shirt. But back to the story. The entire time that she was in surgery, I got so scared. I was thinking of the worst, and I was thinking, what if that was the last time I really did see my mom? And then, of course, last year, something happened last year that I didn't think would happen, but I lost my grandma, who was one of the most important people of my entire life. And this is a really embarrassing picture. I want to show you guys a picture that I have of my grandma. Of me and my grandma. It's actually a really bad picture, but oh well. To shed some light on this story, I used to sleep with my grandma when I was a kid. I lived with my grandma since I was a baby up until about 13. And then we got this house here. But the day that we were moving, I told my grandma that I wanted to take a picture. This was about a couple months before we actually started building the house. I told her I wanted to take a picture of us asleep on the pillows. Because, I always slept with my grandma, and my brother always slept with mom in the living room and stuff. But here's a picture of me when I was younger. That's me on a pillow. It's probably a very bad picture. And then my grandma took a picture of her sleeping on the other pillow. What it's supposed to be is when one of us misses each other, you lay the picture on the pillow and you sleep, because I always slept looking that way, and she always slept looking at me. So yeah. But I also have this one. It's a picture of me with my grandma, and I just miss her terribly. And every time I told her, this was when we were moving, I said, whenever I miss you, I'll lay your picture beside me on my pillow, and she could lay my picture there. So, yeah, kind of embarrassing photo, but I just didn't think the day would come to where I've been without her for a year. Longer than a year now. But the fear of loss is real. You don't really understand that kind of fear unless you're in that situation to where you can't help. Like if someone's undergoing surgery, if there was a car accident and you don't know the information, you're just all you can do is pray, like, please God, let things be okay. You don't want to lose them. And that is a fear that I wanted to address because that fear is real. That fear exists in our world. I'm scared to lose my parents. I'm scared to lose my brother one day. I get scared of that. And that's just a thing that I feel everybody experiences every once in a while. But the fear of loss is big, and the reason why I'm bringing up the fear of loss is because I am doing a movie review on James Wan's Lights Out. Lights Out is a very interesting movie. It's been a while since I've watched it, but I'm gonna read you the back of the book. Growing up, Rebecca never knew what lay behind the terror lurking in the dark. When she left home, she thought she'd also left her fears behind. Now her little brother, Martin, is experiencing the same unexplained and terrifying events that once tested her sanity. A supernatural entity with a connection to her mother's past is haunting them, and as Rebecca gets closer to discovering the truth, her life and the lives of those around her are in danger once the lights go out. Basically, every time you turn out the light, there's this entity of a woman that appears, and she will kill you. But light is the only thing that really takes it away, like stops it. So throughout the whole movie, they're trying to stop this entity who, and I don't want to spoil too much in case you have not seen this, but this entity has a deeper connection with their mom from her childhood. And it's just a really touching story. And when you watch this movie, the fear of loss really connects with this movie. Like, it was really sad. I got, like, really depressed by the ending of this movie. But it was such a good movie. It starts off like literally right into the action, and just I think it was a cool concept, really good story, a lot of jump scares, but there's also the true scares in there as well, not just the jump scares. But I think that the true horror shines through with this movie. And I love James Wan. He is my number one favorite horror movie director or director in general. And I just love his stories, love his work. So Lights Out is definitely one of my favorite movies by him. Today we're also going to be doing another James Wan movie. Hope Mom is okay. Give her my love for you. It's really hard to lose someone. I have no grandparents now. I love them all. My grandpa Ward the most, and then my grandma Martin had a car accident that we didn't expect it. When Alec passed, it took a lot out of my life, and now Patrick. Yeah, a buddy of ours literally died 2 days ago. They found his body in the car at a Walmart. He had overdosed on insulin. So you just don't know. He could be here 1 minute and gone the next. But if you have not seen Lights Out, please go check it out. It doesn't have like a major plot twist or nothing like that. It's pretty much a straightforward story. But once you learn the full story and once you see how it all plays out, I just think that this is going to be one of those movies that you guys would remember. So please give a check out to Lights Out. if I was to give it a rating, I would probably put it at a 9 out of 10. It could have been just a little bit better, a little bit more scarier, I think. But otherwise, it's a really good movie. Alright, we are going to discuss the horror. I'm sorry, guys, I gotta plug my phone in. So, I want to move you guys around a little bit. Unprofessionally, I know. Sorry about that. Not a very professional YouTuber anyway. There we go. At least my phone won't die on you guys. It'll just burn up, but it won't die. But, oh, make sure to get yourself some horror pajamas. These ones are like yellow. It's got like zombies, knives, werewolves, stuff like that on them. When you join my horror vlog, I would love for us all to wear the horror pajamas. So whenever you watch this, make sure you got your horror pajamas. And this year, I'm going to raid Walmart whenever they come out with their horror pajamas. Or if I can go to any store and I can find pajamas that are like scary related or October related, I'm hitting them up. I'm hitting them titties. Just kidding. But we're going to discuss horror movie marathon. Have you guys started your horror movie marathon yet? I have, but I have not been able to watch a horror movie every single day like I really want to. With my mom down from her surgery, I've got extra chores that I have to do. So, trying to prepare everything and do all that. So my time has kind of been really limited here lately. So, I'm going to try to do as many videos as I can for you guys. But I've started my horror movie marathon with the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. So far, I've watched 1 through 4. I've did a movie review. Excuse me. I've done a movie review on the last horror vlog of 1, 2, and 3 of the Nightmare on Elm Streets. So I'm going to do a movie review on Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. Master Debater. The Dream Masturbator. Number 4. A lot of people have actually said that number 4 wasn't that great of a movie, but I beg to differ. Because I think the plot to number 4 was fantastic. I love the fact that with each person, like from the third movie, all the Elm Street kids gathered together and defeated Freddy Krueger once and for all. This movie, he comes back, he kills one by one. Woo! He kills one by one of the Elm Street kids. Just right off the bat in the beginning of the movie, he's like nicking them off quick. And then he comes down to this last one who the last one kind of brings this other girl into the mix. And just because of that, he has a new kid that he can kill. Well, instead of killing her, he has her bring in different people that she knows so he could just continue on his killing spree. And what I think is unique is that each person that she brought in and killed, she somehow took on characteristics of that person. And apparently she's a dream master who is like a master of the dreams where she's in total control and just stuff like that. So I think the plot to number 4 is excellent. The kills in it are more comical than the previous movies. But they're still really unique and really gory. So I love that about it. I love the jokes that Freddy does in the movie. I just think it's a good movie. But yeah, I'm doing my Nightmare on Elm Street marathon, and then I'm going to be watching random horror movies throughout, and I'm going to try and do a Puppet Master marathon. But sadly, I had to take back my Puppet Master set, which y'all saw that it broke. And then I'm going to try not to get the same thing well, I might try to get the exact same thing. Hope to God it don't break. But if not, I might just get the single Blu-ray movies. It'll be a little bit more expensive getting them that way, but I would rather have the movies than the collector's thing anyway, so. But yeah, I would like to do a Puppet Master marathon as well as the Nightmare on Elm Street marathon. What about you guys? Have you guys started any horror movie marathon yet? Or are you kind of waiting until next month? I personally feel like October doesn't last long enough, so that's why I started in September. But yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street 4, I would give it a 10 out of 10 because it's really good. And number 5, I remember it real well. It's really good as well, but I'll give y'all my review on it next time. And I know this is going to be a very, very short horror vlog, and I do apologize for that. But have you guys seen The Nun? I went to theaters and saw this movie, and this movie, usually in horror movies, they start off really, really slow, build you up into these characters, and then throw you straight into like the horror. And it always starts off super small, especially like supernatural stuff. But not this movie. This movie, literally from the opening scene throughout, is nothing but complete action. Now, I will say this about the Nun. I love the actors that played in it. I think they did a really good job portraying their characters. But from the beginning of the movie through, I think that it's really slow. Like, I was in the theaters kind of like, you know, just kind of like a little bit bored, but still at the same time just trying to pay attention. The jump scares really weren't that great. Just the whole beginning of the movie I just didn't quite like. But once it got towards the middle where the actual like main plot kind of kicks in, I love it from there. And it has the coolest ending I've ever seen of a horror movie. Like, throughout the whole time I'm watching it, I'm thinking, how does this connect, or how's this going to connect to the Conjuring movies? But, nope. He was hugging Bobby on the stairs. Oh, God! No. He was kind of the same way. He, like, didn't think it was too scary at all. Some scenes, they did a really good job. Like, there was one jump scare that actually did get me, and it was towards the end. But most of the time, it had that creepy allure to it, but really there wasn't that much of that movie to really be like, oh wow, this is a good one. But the ending totally got me. Like, I love how it ends. Speaking of Bob, where is he? He doesn't feel comfortable in videos, so he's not going to be in any videos anymore. But the ending is so good. I think it's a good movie. I think that they did a great job with the character of the nun. It was really creepy. Love the backstory to it. It's kind of a simple story, really. Just different things. But the one thing, and it's not really that big of a spoiler, but the one thing I thought was unique about this movie is that they have in the church an actual cylinder that has Jesus Christ's actual blood in it. And I think that that was kind of interesting how they had that in an actual movie. Oh, hey, Spooks. What's up? Oh, you're fine. I'm getting ready to wrap it up, sadly. Just kind of been flying by this video. Hope you're doing well. I've been keeping up with your videos. I'm getting ready to watch the one you put up today. But how's your horror movie marathon going? I just wanted to show my support. Thanks, man. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. He is YouTube shy now. Oh, you mean Bobby? Yeah. He's just He just doesn't want to do videos anymore. But yeah, if you have not seen The Nun, I would say that you should watch it just because of how it ends. It's a really unique ending, and I just thought it was so badass how they connected it with the other movies. I loved it. But as of a rating, if I had to give it a rating, I would probably give it a 6 out of 10, simply because it just wasn't, it's not one of those movies that I would love to watch over and over. Like maybe once in a random year, like if I'm having a full on Conjuring marathon with Annabelle and all that, then yeah, I would add that in there. But if I'm, and the reason why I'm doing this is because there's stupid little gnats flying around. But I wouldn't be like sitting here and be like, man, I want to watch The Nun again. Nah, I didn't think it was good enough to do that with. But if I was going to marathon the whole Conjuring story, I would. My horror marathon is year round, dude. Me too. I watch new horror movies, and then sometimes I'll get into a kick to where I want to watch just an older one. And plus, with my horror vlogs, I watch them pretty much year round as well. Although I did just watch Spider-Man, the old one. That's a horror movie in itself. Tobey Maguire's acting. But yeah, those were the three movies for this time. Lights Out, which is excellent. You guys should check out Lights Out. Nightmare on Elm Street 4, which was very good. And The Nun, which was good, but not good enough to really pull me in. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hear the oven going off. My mom can't move, so I have to take the food out of the oven. But I'm so sorry for the short video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully I can get back into doing really good videos for you guys. I would like to do more editing and try to put more effort into my videos too. Like I would love to have like a nun costume and like dress up as like that stuff for my vlogs. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Z3KO Trinity. I love every single one of you. And I will see y'all in the next video. Dooskies. Dooskies!